Again, number 8 is one that there's multiple ways you can do this. Now, just to kind of make sure we understand it, it says the total volume of a rectangular prism, which is just a box. So the total volume of it is 48x to the fourth minus whatever, all that stuff. And remember, how do we find that? Is length times width times height. So if we know two of them to get this, then all we need to do is take the volume and divide it by those two, and you'll be left with whichever ones we're looking for, in this case, the width. So we're just going to take this, divide by this, and divide by this. We're dividing by the height, dividing out the length, we'll be left with the width. So let's go and do that. So I'm going to divide by 3x first, because that's nice and easy. So if I divide 48x to the fourth minus 36x to the third, and we're dividing by 3x, well, notice x's cancel out one of them from each, and dividing each of them by 3 gives us 48 divided by 3 is 16, x to the third. This divided by 3 is negative 12, x squared. That divided by 3 is 20x, and then negative 45 divided by 3 is negative 15, the x divides out. Now we can do long division to help us when we have something that's more complicated to divide by, 4x minus 3. So this is, again, the divide the fronts, multiply, switch signs, and add. So whenever we multiply and we want to add afterwards, remember we want to stack them up with the like terms to make it nice and easy. So dividing the fronts, though, 16 divided by 4 is 4x squared. So right away I can see it must be either A or D. But let's keep going. Multiply, so I have to multiply and distribute to both, so I get 16x to the third. Here I get negative 12x squared. And switch both signs and add. So switch, switch, and then these cancel. And actually these cancel too. So when I add, the only things adding down is the 20x and the minus 15, which are adding nothing, so they come straight down. So when I divide the fronts again, what's the new front is 20x. So 20x divided by 4x is positive 5. Positive 5. And so, see my answer already, but let's just finish this up. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. And now when I switch both signs and add, we get a remainder of 0. So it's 4x squared plus 5 is the final answer, which is A.